The April 29th by-elections are right around the corner and 4 seats are up for grabs. The event is largely being seen as a showdown between the ruling Saenuri Party and the New Politics Alliance for Democracy, or NPAD. For a closer look at the significance of this race and more, we have Professor Han Kyu from Seoul National University joining us in the studio. Professor, thank you so much for making time for us today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, let's start with the first question. The result of this by-elections, it's expected to have some long-lasting implications for both sides. Could you perhaps tell us how this contest would affect local politics in the near future?
Okay, I think there are two possible scenarios. If the opposition party loses all 4 races, I think that will be a significant blow to the leadership of Moon, and it will probably there will be some talks about the possibility of forming a new opposition party even. The other possibility is that if the Saenuri Party actually loses all 3 remaining races, the one aside from the one in Gwangju, I think that will be a huge problem for the Park Geun-hye administration, and probably it will signal the beginning of the lame duck period for President Park.
The Sung Woan bribery scandal, how is it affecting the public support for either parties?
Well, I think that's a difficult question to answer at this point, because right now, I think in the short run, obviously, it will have a more negative impact for the Saenuri Party. But in the long run, I think both parties will be affected equally negatively from this scandal, because I think a lot of people understand that this is not a problem that's peculiar to any one party or any one administration, and everyone's sort of waiting to see whose name will actually come up on the list and so on and so forth. So in the long run, I think this will work in the direction of sort of further lowering the political trust and increasing the political cynicism among the public.
Well, let's focus on the main opposition party. It seems like they have been losing some support, and even some of their own have turned their back on them in recent years.
Yes.
And it seems to happen again as of late. Is there a reason for this, and is there any way they can prevent it from happening?
Well, I think the fundamental reason is that if you look at the composition of the main opposition party, obviously there are 2 major factions here. So the main thing here is that whether or not the people, voters, actually perceive the opposition party as a viable alternative to the ruling party, the Saenuri Party. And once that's no longer the case, there's obviously going to be people who are going to be leaving the party and trying to maybe form an alternative opposition party and so on and so forth. And the problem with Chinno leadership right now is that there are 2 major problems. One is its ideological sort of extremism. A lot of people think of them as too extreme.
Well, Professor, thank you so much for your time. Professor Han Kyu. We hope to have you back here sometime soon again.
Okay, thank you.